Hey guys, here with the Trainer Confidential for this week. We had the Detroit Pro this last weekend, so I want to go over that. Also want to go over a little bit of news from the Arnold Classic Brazil that we covered last week. Kind of interesting news. So anyway, how you doing tonight, Donnie?
Doing all right, man.
Yeah,
Doing all right. Just got finished with a big cook, so
yeah.
you know.
Sunday's the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm home today, so I'm not in Missouri where I
I
was
s-
last week.
I saw it. Yeah,
So
got a chance to see that eclipse.
yeah, it was pretty cool. I went to I actually drove into Arkansas to watch the eclipse. Because it wasn't quite totality where I was at in Missouri, but yeah, man, it
Okay.
was it was great. It was great. I've never seen it before, so that's something I can check off my box.
Yeah, yeah. You can. You can check that one off.
Because I haven't seen it in totality anyways, so that was cool. Well, let's jump right into the show here, Detroit Pro. I'm gonna kind of just go over the top two because that was the impressive
Sure.
part of the show. Uh, so we had Martin Fitzwater winning in first. We had Good Vito in second. We had Ronald Gordon in third, and we had Justin Rodriguez in fourth. Now, I gotta say one thing about Justin. I kind of expected more out of him. You remember last year he just did a lot of shows, and his body started looking
Right.
like he needed a break,
Right.
and he kind of took a break. But he's kind of looking that way still. So anyway, he pulled fourth, but I wanted to go over Martin because Martin took a break too to grow last year.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of work on himself, and obviously we know Good Vito, he's pretty good too. I mean, he was better than he was at the Arnold. He
Looks
was
like it.
crisper, more conditioned. I had no complaints about him. But Martin just plain has a better structure than I think than Good Vito does. Good Vito has that freak factor, and and that goes a long way. But let's see. I'm going to get some comparisons to see here.
Well, who won it?
Martin won it. Yeah. So Martin won first place. Good Vito, what he won was they had a full muscular award. So he won the full muscular award. I think that's a pick of him winning it there. So, but I want to go through some side by sides here.
Well, I mean, I Good Vito looks just a little crisper to me,
Yeah.
especially in the separation and
Well, a lot of people think that Good
especially in
Vito
his
should have
back
taken
too.
it.
Look at that.
A lot of people think that Good Vito should have had this show. So,
I'm me looking at it just at a glance. I think so too. And it's not even you don't have to really look that hard. It's pretty much at a glance.
yeah. Yeah.
He's just sharper. He's more separated,
I know Chris has
especially
seen
in the
us.
legs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right? That's like I say, he's got Jay Cutler legs.
I mean, this other guy, he's kind of washed out. But when he flexes, it comes out.
So,
But when he's relaxed, he they
So I want to jump right off of this and go to the scorecards because I'm glad you said that. Because what happened here was Martin came in better at finals than he did at prejudging. So Martin got a 4 in prejudging, got a 3 in finals. Good Vito, he did better in finals than he did in prejudging. So I'm not sure which that clip was from, but it was kind of a night and day look when it came to Martin when he came back for finals. So that could have been a prejudging shot there, but yeah, that's where he's at. I mean, it was pretty close. They were 6 points off, so off each other.
hmm. Wow. Me personally speaking, I mean at a glance, I'm really liking Good Vito.
Yeah, he has that freak factor to him. Uh, and he's a lot. I wouldn't say he's a
Hamstring.
lot bigger than Martin. Martin's pretty big too.
He just looks a little washed. He looks a little watery. I think he's pretty lean. You can see that just looking at his glutes, but it just looked like he's holding some water, especially in the back.
Yeah, Yeah, and the glutes and everything. Yeah, again, this could have been prejudging right here. Uh,
Oh yeah,
this pick,
and
not sure.
if this was prejudging and he came in the evening, he really brought he must have really changed significantly.
Yeah, I seen some there was some comparison picks that somebody had out there of prejudging and finals, and it was pretty big difference. And this is looking like the washed out
Yeah,
prejudging buck.
he looks like he needs to
But
hit a couple hit a couple of
still beat him.
diazides.
He still beat him in prejudging though too. So I mean, according to the scorecards.
uh,
But you look at, I mean, look at the stripe. He's got deep striations in his chest. Whereas,
but then and that's it. You can compare the chest, but
yeah,
then you compare the legs. You go downstairs
right.
and
I like his sweep better,
yeah,
but
he's got a pretty
his,
good sweep.
yeah,
He's got a pretty good
but
sweep. But
Good Vito,
I'm talking about just conditioning.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a bit of a difference in there.
Yeah, I think so.
So I believe Chris Aceto is Good Vito's coach.
Oh, really?
I watched a interview with him, and he was pretty upset about the results of this. He thought Good Vito should have won. So Dave Plum,
I think he should have won it too. I mean,
yeah,
just based on just at a glance, because the thing about it is their structures are fairly similar. It's not like his structure is really superior over Good Vito's. I mean,
yeah,
they
no,
both
it's
got a
not.
good taper. I mean, Vito's latch a little higher.
Mhm.
But it doesn't. There isn't very much in terms of body part per body part.
Yeah.
And it just boils down to the conditioning. And I think Good Vito should have gotten this based on conditioning.
No, I think you're right about that. I think you're right about that. And he's got bigger legs. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could have went either way, I think again.
You really, I mean, a lot of times picks don't do justice. You can't really get a
Yeah,
good beat on it. You
that's
almost have
true.
to be there. You know what I mean?
But I mean, look at this shot here. Good Vito's definitely got that back lat spread right here for sure. He's
Yeah,
got the back lat spread.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're fairly comparable.
They are.
You know, definitely his hamstrings and
And look at that. Look at his quads.
yeah, he is definitely. Now I would say the other guy, he looks a little bit more balanced in
Yeah,
this particular shot,
yeah,
but still, I mean, the conditioning, is off.
yeah,
I think if both their conditionings were on, I would definitely give it to this guy,
yeah.
but his conditioning's off compared to Good Vito's.
So this is his guy because he won. He got the most muscular
Well, there's a
trophy.
reason why he got the most muscular
Yeah,
because
so
he's
it's
the
a
better conditioned
very good
guy.
pose on him. Very good pose on.
Yeah, you can't win the muscularity award without having some conditioning.
Yeah, yeah. So Good Vito still got a place. That was a $25,000 show too.
Okay.
So anyway, he's in the Olympia. Martin's in the Olympia. I'm not sure what Vito's plan is yet. He ain't done. So I mean,
No, he's not done. I mean, if he's planning on
yeah.
doing the Olympia, he's got to do another show.
That's right. That's
And
right. And I
the
heard
winner of this,
rumors he may even jump into the New York Pro too. I'm not sure. Uh,
yeah,
we'll see. Yeah.
the winner of this show, he's got work to do.
Yep. Yeah. He does. He
He
does.
can't bring that to the Olympia.
But he's came a long way from last time he competed, I thought. So
Okay,
he
we'll
really did.
see. I'll keep my eye
Yeah.
on him.
So next thing I want to talk about is Tonio.
Yeah, talk about getting talk about some controversy with this show.
Yeah. So see if I which one it is here. Interview. So basically, he had an interview on Muscle Discord, and he was talking about the show, and about the fact that, he went down to Brazil early. And where is it at? He went down to Brazil early and met up with Rafael. And so he trained at his gym and stuff like that. Not with him, but at his gym. And yeah, where did it go? This one. Well, I had it.
Hmm.
I had it.
Talking about his letter on the account of things.
Yeah, well, I had that interview. Now I
Yeah,
can't find it. I had it on right. I showed it to you before.
yeah.
Now it's not on here that I'm seeing. That's really strange.
So give us the
Okay,
synopsis. Yeah,
so anyway, what had happened with him is he went down there. He was training for the show. Everything's going good and stuff like that. They're really hospitable towards Tonio and all that. Well, it became a week or two before the show, and Raphael told him he's got to leave. He's got to leave out of the gym. So Tonio didn't take that very well, and he left, did what you sing, but it was kind of weird, right? And so he goes into the show, and now at this point he's having Brazilians there telling him that, man, if this was any other show, you would win. But this is Brazil, and Rafael is he's the top dog here. So, which he thought was strange and kind of went about his business. And when he was backstage with Rafael, he no longer talked to him. He didn't talk to nobody, which is cool. I mean, he's trying. He's got to concentrate on the show, so you don't have to be a social butterfly backstage. I get that,
right.
but on the other hand, he just felt this animosity that he had towards Tonio for some reason, right? So next thing you know, he's trying to get oiled. There's nobody around to oil him because I remember watching them come out on the Arnold too. They weren't very oiled. Uh, but Raphael was. He had like 10 people oiling him up. So and obviously Raphael won. Well, in this interview, Tonio talks about it, talks about all this stuff and what happened. Which, if that's man, this is and if that's really what went on, that's really sad that that's happening. Basically, that it was a fake show is pretty much. Oh, here it is right here. But I'm gonna go ahead and let him talk here.
He wasn't conditioned enough to win any pose. Yeah. That's if you have someone like Steve or Tyler judging, yes, he's not making a call out with that conditioning. No, and they can speak on his looks. If you see the strand, he has lumps in his glutes. It was like, man, would you like? Are you done dieting it, or it looks like yeah? So it's kind of like a lot of. So that's why when I seen the scorecards, it was kind of like, if he's supposed to be that bad with all that going on, I shouldn't compete. And it took, for my woman, even, my coach and everything, like, hey, ignore that. Ignore it. It was like, because in my head, like I said, I told him, I was like, I think I'm done for the ball. The Detroit Pro is this weekend. Man, I think I don't know if it's an easy one. It might be an easy one. I think based on your structure, your shape, and everything you showed at the Arnold, you could win the show and just walk in there and do it. But I don't know if you're mentally ready to do it that quick and fly to Detroit. And what's your thoughts on jumping into the Detroit Pro?
So if you guys want to watch the full interview, you'll find it on Muscle Discord on YouTube. And he goes over a lot of stuff that I just got done talking about.
Yeah,
But so in this post, Raphael he comes in, chimes in, and he says what
I read that first paragraph. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and read this. Tonio, I'm going to explain some things that you either didn't understand or pretend you didn't understand. Firstly, my gym is private and was already scheduled to be closed for a few days before the show, just for me and my team. And even though you were going to compete against me and not close to me, I allowed you and your team to train and create content in my gym. I didn't even complain that you clogged my toilet and trained in your underwear. About backstage, I only had two companions, my coach and my wife. All the other people who were there were not there for me, but for their own sponsors. But We are in Brazil. Thank God I have many friends. I was lying on with my towel on the same backstage floor as you. There weren't any exclusive privileges for me. You even had more companions than me. Regarding my oil painting, each athlete has to take care of their own. I have a friend who is doing this for me, and you should have someone on your team to do that for you. It wasn't the championship that provided this especially for me. Regarding the results, when you complain that you were judged unfairly, you are speaking ill of me and speaking ill of the judges. They are professionally trained to see who is best as a whole and not just in one muscle group. Regarding my physique, it's not my fault if at your best you were able to beat me. You at your maximum conditioning still had no separation in your quads, hamstrings, no detail in the shoulders, chest, and competed with little muscle volume. And regarding my attitude backstage, I was there to focus on my competition and not to make friends. If you really wanted to make friends, this wasn't the time. Finally, get your qualification and see you at Olympia, or not. so Tonio never said anything about it, but I started reading the comments under his. He got Raphael got like something like there's like 300 some odd comments from just that, and they're all Brazilians, saying
Right.
all for Raphael. I mean, look at all these. It goes down and down and down. All Brazilians.
But first of all,
he was the
one of
favorite.
the things I have to say, if he knew ahead of time that his gym was going to be closed just for him for the week, like a week before the show, he could have told Antonio, "Hey, look, I'll let you train for now, but in a week from now, we're going to close it down and stuff. So you need to make arrangements to be somewhere else."
Right.
Antonio made it seem like he sprung it on him, and I don't know whether he sprung it on him or not.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm not okay. That's fine. You want to close the gym for yourself, but at least give the guy some headway so he can make some other arrangements. You see,
it sounds like he kind of got it put on in the last minute, is what it sounded like through the interview. But he even talked about quitting because of it at first, until his coach talked him out of it. Don't pay attention to that, whatever. Yeah, he was pretty upset about it. So, looking back at the show, I know I made a lot of remarks on Tonio's progress, and he definitely was the most conditioned on the stage that I thought. I thought Raphael had him in some size, but you got to have all three to win.
Yeah.
So arguably you could say that here's what makes it fishy though, is if you remember the scorecards, I brought those up last week too. Well,
Right.
they weren't close at all. Like Raphael smoked him. And which doesn't sound right, because if he won by a couple points, I'd say okay, just like Fitzwater and Good Vito, I could see it either way. It's just that close. I could see it either way.
Right.
But he smoked him. Like I think, yeah, they were quite a bit off. I think Tonio had, what do you have, like 12, and Raphael had like 6 or something like that on both prejudging and finals, all the way across the board, something like that. It was, it wasn't a close match for him. So yeah, Arnold doesn't go down to the Arnold Brazil, does he? He wasn't there last
Apparently
year.
not. He could file a complaint, but me personally speaking, Raphael kind of threw a challenge down to him, and said, "Hey,
Yep,
look,
that's
why don't
right.
you just qualify and meet me at the Olympia and stuff, and we can settle this again."
Yeah, I like that.
I'd be more inclined to not say anything else and do just that.
Yeah. And that's what he did. He didn't reply to him. He didn't say nothing to him. So he's up for the New York Pro coming up too. So, Tonio, he's a hard person to beat, man. He's pretty on point with everything, in my mind. And Raphael's good too. He's definitely good.
Raphael, all he should, hey, look, the judges made the decision. I had no influence on that.
Yeah.
And that's
that's
how it is in the sport. You don't go, he was nitpicking his physique.
Yeah, that's not cool. Not cool.
You weren't this and you weren't that and you weren't, no. Actually, he looked pretty decent to me.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
all he should have said was, "Hey, look, the judges decided. I had no influence on that, and hopefully it was, you'll qualify and I can see you at the Olympia. That's all
Yeah.
he had to do.
Yeah.
And then the last part was a swipe or not. Basically, you're saying, if you're good enough to qualify.
Yeah.
So I mean, basically what Antonio used to do now, he just needs to put his head down and go to work.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I
You
agree.
know,
He,
Yep.
yeah, I don't think it's going to slow him down in the least bit. So, he's got a lot of people on his side. So too. So, a lot of people are saying Tonio won that match. A lot of people across the border saying that too. So it's only the
Yeah.
Brazilians saying that, Rafael won, really. So
It's not like we don't know the feeling. And I've been there a few times,
yeah,
and
it sucks.
yeah, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all we got for this week. Next week we are going to, you're 3 weeks out, right? Or
yeah.
2
As a matter of fact, this is 2 weeks out now.
weeks
So
out.
yeah,
All right.
last week was my last week of full count training. I'm gonna be going B squad here a little bit and stuff, and
Yeah.
because I'm gonna start depleting pretty good here, and then we'll go into peak week.
So what do you
So
think?
then
What do you
we're
think?
going to peak week.
What do you think next week? Some progress pics, maybe video or
Sure.
something?
Yeah. We can. Yeah.
Awesome.
We can do a couple of picks.
Awesome. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, you guys. Hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.
Yes.
Mainly, thank you for watching. We appreciate you, and we love doing this. So we will see you next week.
Yep. Absolutely.
Good night.